A common sense recap of the day's biggest stories. It's John Catsimatidis and Rita Cosby. Katz and Cosby on 77 WABC.
Turkey threatening Israel that they want to defend Palestine and go in and invade Israel.
That's frightening
Let's
stuff.
bring him on. Bring Jeffrey on.
And joining now is Jeffrey Wiesenfeld. He, of course, is with Bernstein Private Wealth Management. Jeffrey, how concerned should we be about Turkey now, given all the dynamics we just heard about?
Well, we should be very concerned about Erdogan and Turkey, not because of the reasons that most people are concerned about, namely the likelihood that he could invade and accomplish an invasion without maybe even the destruction of Turkey is unlikely. First of all, thankfully, there are other alliances that have taken root in the area. We have the Abraham Accords, thanks to President Trump. And those nations, not to mention Greece and Cyprus, which have wonderful relations with the State of Israel, they have an interest in avoiding that kind of a conflict. But let me just say to you that with Turkey, since Erdogan has come in, we're in such a bad situation because since the founding of the Jewish state in 1948, the military and the government of Turkey has had excellent relations with Israel and as a NATO ally until Erdogan came on the scene. He fancies himself as a potential caliph or a sultan, but the problem is not that he could actually invade and conquer Israel or destroy Israel. No. The problem is that he could create a long-term threat that would be very damaging. While so much of the Arab world, thankfully, except for the radicals and except for the Indo-Europeans like Iran, the Persians, the government, which is going in the wrong way, much of the Arab world is moving in the direction of an alliance with Israel against Iran, which is a threat to the entire world. And what Erdogan is doing, the Turkish people love the Jewish people and vice versa, but he's poisoning the young people. He's poisoning the coming generation. What he is doing in Turkey for the last 20 years is the same thing that Hamas and the Palestinian Authority has done with Palestinians, making peace impossible.
It's also a NATO country. I mean, that's the other thing that complicates it, right?
Is Israel a NATO country?
No, I'm talking about Turkey is. Turkey is,
yeah.
right.
No, but needless to say, there are alliances which would come into play, which would he's playing to the public, but he's poisoning the minds of impressionable people in Turkey, and he's laying groundwork for another generation of Muslim haters of Jews in Israel, the same way you've achieved that with Hamas and with the Palestinian Authority in the West Bank and in Gaza.
Peter King?
Yeah, Jeff, this is Pete King. Isn't Erdogan totally undermining the entire culture of Turkey? The whole idea of Ataturk, back to the 1920s, was that they would be multicultural, they would be non-denominational, and it was a Muslim country that was basically neutral as far as religion.
It's absolutely correct. It's absolutely correct. The foundations laid by Kemal Ataturk are exactly that which he's undermining and trying to overturn. He really does fancy himself as a caliph, as a sultan. He wants to go back. He wants the Ottoman Empire back.
And Jeffrey, you worked for how many years for Governor Pataki?
Governor Pataki, 6 years. Senator Amato, 4 years. Ed Koch, about.
So you're pretty much expert on what goes on in the Jewish community.
Oh yeah.
Well, thank you, Jeffrey Wiesenfeld.
For better and worse.
Yes. No, we respect the Jewish community, and thank you for speaking up.
One quick quote. One quick thing. You remember the oil man from Texas who passed away a couple of years ago?
Which one?
A few of them died.
T-Bone Pickens.
Oh,
yes,
yeah, sure.
The
wind farm guy, yeah.
I got to know him on a board, and I was once at his ranch outside of Amarillo, and we were talking, and I didn't know he was friends with the founder of Bear Stearns. You know, he went to school with him at Omaha State and so on, and he was at his deathbed when he passed away. So he says to me, he says, I got to tell you, you Jewish people, you damn smart business people, but you sure are dumbass voters.
Well, let's see how they vote this time, right?
Thank you so much.